This summary is about the book 5 Rules of Success by Steve Jobs. In this book, you will learn about connecting things, saying no to 1,000 things, staying hungry and foolish, mastering the message, and selling dreams, not products. Close your eyes for a moment and think, if you had a chance to change your life, if you had the power to turn your dreams into reality, would you let it go? Or would you seize the opportunity and live it with all your might and passion? Life gives us new turns every day, but not everyone has the vision to recognize them. Many people slowly lose their dreams while doing the same work every day. But there are also some who have a passion to change the world, who do not follow the crowd, but create their own path. And these are the people who make history. Success is never just a game of luck. It is the result of countless moments when you refused to give up, when you kept your fear away from your decisions, when you kept looking for one yes, even after hearing no 1,000 times. Imagine a man with a dream, but only hope in his pocket. A mountain of challenges stands before him, and people say it's impossible. But he smiles and says, "Let's see what I can do." This is the mindset that makes an ordinary person extraordinary. We are living in a world where competition is everywhere. People will tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but the real game begins when you listen to your heart, when you recognize the voice within you, that voice that says, do something big. Do something that will be remembered not just today, but for years to come. The path to success is not easy. It involves fatigue, pain, and waiting. But on this path, there are also moments when you prove yourself, when you look back and realize that every stumble, every failure was there to make you stronger. In every successful person's life, there comes a turning point when they have to choose between two paths. One easy, that goes with the crowd, and the other difficult, which is lonely, but will take you to your destination. The easy path can give you comfort, but the difficult path will give you a place in history. This book doesn't just talk about success. It takes you on a journey where you will learn how to connect ideas to create something new, how to say no to unnecessary things by focusing, how to keep the hunger and curiosity within you alive, and how not just to sell your dreams, but live them. In this game of life, you only have one chance. Either you will be a spectator watching how others are winning, or you will get on the field, get hurt, fall, get up, and eventually win. This journey is both scary and exciting. Scary because there is no guarantee. Exciting because every day is new. But if you have a dream, if you have that spark that refuses to be extinguished, then believe me, the whole world is waiting to hear your story. So let's start this journey. A journey where every page will give you new thoughts, every idea will challenge you, and every story will ignite the fire within you. Because the real question isn't how far you can go. The real question is, are you ready to start your journey? Rule 1. Connect things. Think for a moment. What do you do when you solve a puzzle? There are hundreds of pieces scattered in front of you. Initially, they seem disconnected, but as soon as you start joining them, a picture begins to form. This is the real game of creativity, connecting things that others see as separate. All the big innovations in the world were not born from one thing, but by connecting many different ideas. The difference is that others only see facts, while visionary people recognize the hidden relationships between those facts. This is why some people look at the same thing and don't think of anything, while others bring about a revolution from it. Imagine a small child who is going through different experiences, learning art, music, reading science books, and talking to people. At that time, all this may seem useless and unrelated, but years later, these very experiences come together to create something the world has never seen before. This is why inspiration does not come from just one place. If you keep walking on the same path, you will reach the same old destination. But if you connect with different experiences, different cultures, and different people, you will have an ocean of ideas. From that ocean, you can extract a pearl at any any moment that can change the world. Think, if you only think within your industry, you will stay where everyone else is. But if you open the doors of your thinking, travel, learn new skills, read books that are outside your field, and meet people whose thinking is completely different from yours, then you will start to see connections that were invisible before. Creativity does not mean creating new ideas from scratch. It means connecting old ideas in a new way. It's a kind of mental chemistry where you mix different elements to create something completely new and unique. And this is only possible when you allow yourself to explore, when you don't confine yourself to just one box. But there is a challenge here. The world teaches you specialization. It says, learn one thing and become a master in it. This advice is not bad, but if you stay confined to just one thing, you will cut the wings of your imagination. The real genius is the one who can build bridges between many worlds. Remember, when you learn to connect, you start to see possibilities where others only see limitations. Take a simple example. Someone thought, why not put a phone and a camera in one device? Someone else thought, why not digitize books so everyone can keep them in their pockets? These ideas did not come out of the blue. They were born from the meeting of different worlds. The biggest advantage of the habit of connecting is that you start looking for inspiration in everything. You see a pattern while walking on the street, and it becomes the basis for your next product design. You catch a thought from a random conversation that lays the foundation for your next big project. But to connect, you have to be curious. You have to ask questions. Why is this so? What would happen if this happened? Can I connect this with something else? This very curiosity builds pathways in your mind that lead you to solutions that no one else could even think of. Think of the world's biggest inventions, biggest songs, biggest businesses. They are all the result of connections. And the first step to making connections is to see more, listen more, learn more, and keep an open mind. So next time you have a new experience, don't ignore it. No matter how small it is, a conversation in a cafe, a paragraph in a book, a scene on a journey, it could be the first piece of your next big idea. All you have to do is open all the doors of your mind and allow different ideas and different experiences to come together, because when things connect, magic happens, and that magic can turn you from ordinary to extraordinary. Rule 2. Say no to 1,000 things. Think about it. 1,000 doors are in front of you. Each door is an opportunity, a possibility. But will you open every door? If you do, you will lose your way. The real power is not in opening every door, but in choosing the right door and saying no to all the others. The most difficult thing in life is not what you have to do, but what you don't have to do. We all have a long list of ideas, a whole collection of dreams, but the reality is that we cannot do everything at once. If you say yes to everything, you won't have the time and energy to achieve excellence in anything. We are living in an era where distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, new projects, people's demands. Everyone wants your time. And if you don't decide where your time will be spent, the world will decide where your time will be wasted. Focus means investing your energy only in what helps you fulfill your ultimate vision. And for that, you have to say no to thousands of things. Saying no is not easy. Sometimes you will reject opportunities that look attractive. People will judge you and say you are missing out. But you have to understand that not every attractive thing is right for your mission. Imagine if a painter starts a new painting every day, but doesn't finish any of them. Will he ever become a master? No. Similarly, if you chase every new idea, you will move away from your destination. Success comes from clarity, and clarity comes when you learn to remove unnecessary things from your life. Saying no can be scary. Many of us say yes because we don't want to upset someone. We fear that this might be the last chance. But the truth is, every time you say yes to something wrong, you move away from something right. There comes a time when you have to put your ego aside. Sometimes you will have to give up projects that you have invested time and effort in, but which no longer align with your direction. This step is painful, but it is what leads you to your true vision. Remember, great things are created only when you completely immerse yourself in them. And immersion means keeping everything else on the sidelines. Imagine your mind is a garden. If weeds grow everywhere in it, the the flowers will never be able to fully bloom. Removing weeds means saying no. Sometimes this no becomes the cause of the biggest growth in your career. When you remove distractions, you get the power and focus to work on that one thing that truly makes a difference. And when you become world-class in one thing, everything else starts coming to you on its own. This principle applies not only to work, but to every part of life, relationships, habits, goals. It is important to let go of the things that are tiring you, that don't match your vision, because every no brings you closer to the yes that will change your life. So next time a new project, new idea, or new distraction comes your way, ask yourself one question. Will this take me closer to my ultimate destination? If the answer is no, then say no without guilt. In the end, understand that your energy is limited. No matter how passionate you are, you only have 24 hours a day. If you divide them into everything, your strength will be scattered everywhere. But if you invest them in that one thing, you will be able to do what others only dream of. Saying no is a form of self-respect. It's a way to prioritize your dreams. And when you master this skill, no one in the world can stop you from reaching your destination. Rule 3. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Think for a moment. If you were told today that you can achieve whatever you want in your life, what would your first question be? How? Or is it true? The truth is, people who do extraordinary things in their lives have one thing in common. The hunger within them never ends. Stay hungry means always having the desire to learn, grow, and make yourself better. This hunger is not just for money, but for growth. This is the fire that forces you to get out of bed every morning, even if you tasted success the night before. It tells you, do more. There is still a lot to do. But just being hungry is not enough. You also have to stay foolish. That is, to be so open-minded that you are not afraid to experiment. Do not hesitate to take risks, and do not confine yourself to any comfort zone. Foolish here does not mean stupid, but rather the courage that says, this may seem crazy, but I will try it. Think, if you always play it safe, you will achieve what everyone else is doing. Safe choices will give you comfort, but not the thrill and satisfaction that risky paths give you. This combination of hunger and foolishness is what brings about change in the world, because people who think differently also do things differently. The biggest changes in the world were made by people who were initially called crazy. An idea was so strange that people laughed. An effort seemed so impossible that people made fun of it. But those people who had a hunger for their dreams and the courage for their experiments were the ones who changed the game. Staying hungry also means that you never stop at your achievements. Celebrate after a victory, but the very next moment, think about what the next challenge is. If you stop after being successful once, the world will leave you behind. And if you stay hungry, you will always be ahead. Staying foolish means never considering yourself an expert. As soon as you think you know everything, your learning stops. Being foolish keeps you humble. It teaches you that something can be learned from every person, every experience, and every failure. While walking on this path, you will fall many times. You will feel that all this is useless. People will try to stop you. But if your hunger is true, you will get up stronger after every fall. And if you have that foolishness that says, I have to try, no matter what people think, then no one will be able to stop you. This journey will not be easy. It will have late nights, endless doubts, and sometimes loneliness. But this is the path where legends are made. Here, the fear of losing becomes smaller than the desire to win. And here, every failure makes you hungrier. Remember, this game of hunger and foolishness never ends. It's a mindset that makes you run after new dreams every day. And this mindset makes you extraordinary from ordinary. So make this promise to yourself: from today, you will keep your hunger alive. From today, you will be so foolish that you embrace new ideas, take new risks, and never stop chasing your dreams. Because the biggest regret in life is what you never had the courage to do.
Rule 4. Master the message. Imagine for a moment you have created the best product of your life, thought of the most brilliant idea, or found the most unique solution. But if you cannot deliver it to people in a way that makes their hearts beat, its impact will not be what you think. This is the power of the message, a weapon that makes even an ordinary thing extraordinary. There is no shortage of ideas in the world. Millions of new concepts are born every every day. But what matters is who presents their idea in such a way that people not only listen, but feel it. Mastering the message means that your words, your gestures, and your entire presentation leave a lasting impression on people's hearts and minds. Think, when someone is speaking in front of you, do you only listen to their words? No, you feel the rise and fall of their voice, the sparkle in their eyes, and every movement of their hands. Communication is not just about speaking. It is an art where energy, emotion, and clarity are used correctly. No matter how unique your product is, if you present it in a dull way, it will not inspire people. On the other hand, an ordinary product, if presented with passion and a story, wins people over. This is why storytelling is the biggest weapon. A good story draws people in. It doesn't just give them information, it takes them on a journey where they feel they are part of your message. And when people connect with your message, they don't just listen, they also take action. The first step to mastering the message is clarity. If your message is not clear, no matter how passionate you are, people will get confused. Simple language, a clear vision, and focused delivery. These three things make your message bulletproof. The second is emotion. People forget facts, but remember feelings. If you create a stir in someone's heart with your words, your message will remain in their memory forever. For this, you have to feel your own emotions and present them honestly. The third is authenticity. People instantly recognize whether you are telling the truth or just pretending. When you put truth into your message, it creates an invisible bridge that connects you and your audience. Many people think that a good message is only for speaking on a big stage, but the truth is that every interaction, every meeting, every social media post is your stage. You have to use this skill everywhere, because this is what will make you stand out from the crowd. Remember, your message is not just a collection of words. It is an experience. When you speak, people should not just listen. They should feel as if they are living that thing with you. They should see that image in their minds. Their heart should feel the rhythm of that moment. If you master this art, you will not just convince people, but inspire them. And this is the difference between an ordinary communicator and a legend. An ordinary communicator will give you information, but a legend will give you transformation. So next time you have something to say, think, is this just information, or is it a message that can change someone's life? Put passion in your voice, truth in your words, and power in your story so that people stand up and say, yes, this is it. Rule 5, sell dreams, not products. Stop for a moment and ask yourself, when you buy something, do you just buy a product, or do you buy a dream, a hope, a possibility of a better tomorrow hidden behind that product? The truth is, people don't buy things, they buy a piece of their dreams. The world's biggest brands never just sold products, they sold hope, they sold freedom, they sold happiness, and they sold the promise of a lifestyle that people want to live. If you only tell people about features, they might listen to you, but if you show them the dreams of their hearts, they will feel you. Think, when a person buys a new phone, are they just buying a gadget? No, they're buying a new tool for their creativity, a faster way to connect with their friends, a great way to capture moments of their life. They are buying an experience, not just a machine. Selling dreams means making your audience feel that what you are giving them is a part of their personality, their goals, and their inner desires. You make them feel that your thing will take their story forward, will bring their dreams closer to reality. When you just sell products, people compare. Which one is cheaper? Which one has more features? But when you sell dreams, the comparison ends, because dreams have no competition. They are personal. They are connected to the heart. Remember, don't just tell people what your product can do. Show them what it can create for them. For example, a camera is not just megapixels and lenses. It's a way to capture children's laughter forever. It's a way to keep the most beautiful moment of someone's wedding alive forever. In this art, the story is the biggest weapon. When you put a story in front of people in which they can see themselves, they automatically connect. They feel that this is not just a product, but a companion to their dreams. And once this connection is made, buying becomes a natural decision. But the biggest truth here is that you cannot sell others' dreams if you yourself don't believe in that dream. There should be a sparkle in your eyes, a passion in your voice, and a belief in your heart that what you are giving can truly change someone's life. Sometimes, selling dreams also means introducing people to the version they want to become. You show them that future that they may have never seen clearly, and then make them realize that your product or service is the key to reaching that future. This path is not easy. It requires patience, empathy, and the art of understanding people. But once you master this skill, you don't just do sales. You build relationships, create loyalty, and establish a legacy that lasts for years. So next time you go to sell something to someone, don't read a list of features. Look into their eyes, listen to their dreams, and then show them what their heart desires. Because in the end, people forget products, but never forget their dreams.
Conclusion. The journey of life is both long and short. Long because it has countless opportunities and turns. Short because we never know when this journey will end. And in between, we have to choose whether we will just pass through it or make it something that the world will remember us by. You saw how connecting ideas, connect things, gives you a new perspective, how saying no to thousands of distractions, say no to 1,000 things, gives you clarity and focus. How keeping the hunger and foolishness within you alive, stay hungry and stay foolish, pushes you forward every day. How mastering your message, master the message, delivers your vision to people's hearts. And how selling dreams, sell dreams not products, makes you a part of people's lives. These are not just principles, they are a lifestyle, a mindset that takes you from ordinary to extraordinary. And most importantly, this mindset is not just for business or success, but for your entire life. Think, if you apply these principles in every decision, every interaction, and every goal, what would your journey be like? Will you remain a part of the crowd, or will you become a person whose story inspires others? Remember, your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Listen to your inner voice. Walk in the direction of your heart and do the work that illuminates your soul. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your originality. It needs your vision, your courage, and your dreams. So get up, move forward, and write your own story. A story that people will read in the years to come and say, "I wish I had done that too."